right, everybody. So today, this lesson is going to be on multiplying polynomials. We're just going to start kind of in the beginning here, a little bit of review. When you multiply powers, you go ahead and you add the exponents. So for example, if I'm looking at x squared times x to the fourth, you keep the base of x and you add the two exponents together and you get 6. And the reason for that, x squared is really x times x. X to the fourth is x times x times x times x. And if you multiply them together, how many x's do you get? You get a total of 6. If you have coefficients, multiply the coefficients and then multiply the powers. X is really a power of 1 here. So it's going to be x to the 5th power. All right, so I'm going to have you guys try those two. Check your answers in Schoology. Foiling, we did this in a few units back. This stands for first, out, in, then last. So the first terms are going to be here. X times x is x squared. The outside terms are going to be out here. So x times minus 4 is negative 4x. The inside terms are right here. So negative 9 times x is negative 9x. And then the last terms are the ones on the right side of the parentheses. Negative 9 times negative 4 is a positive 36. Cleaning this up by combining like terms, we get x squared minus 13x plus 36. We could have higher exponents in here. It's totally fine. So the first terms, the ones on the left side, it's going to get you negative 6x to the 3rd power, because 1 times 2 is 3. Using the outside terms, we get minus 15x. The inside terms are here, minus 4x squared. And then the last terms are the ones on the right side, we get minus 10. Writing this properly in standard form in descending order, cubed, minus 4x squared, minus 15x, minus 10. Okay, so I've got 2 for you to try. Again, check your answers in Schoology. Multiplying by a monomial, you just want to make sure you're distributing. That 2x to all 3 terms is going to give you 14x to the 4th. 2x times minus 9x is going to be minus 18x squared. And then 2x times 2 is going to get you plus 4x. Let's do one more together. And again, we want to make sure that we are distributing to all 4 terms here. So negative 3x cubed times 15x cubed, multiplying the number part, you get negative 15. X cubed times x cubed, adding your exponents, you get 6. Minus 3x cubed minus x squared is going to get you a positive 3x to the 5th power. Minus 3x cubed times negative 6x, again, is going to get you a positive number, 18x to the 4th. Negative 3x cubed times 4 is going to get you a minus 12x cubed. All right, it is your turn to try those two. The last examples that we're going to have is multiplying by a binomial. I call this me-b, not me-me, so let me change that to a b. Me-b, multiply everything by everything. So basically, you want to take this first term and distribute it to all 3 terms in the second expression. So x cubed times x cubed is x to the 6th. X cubed times 6x squared would be 6x to the 5th. And then x cubed times minus 7 would be minus 7x cubed. Then what you want to do is take the second term of negative 1 and multiply it to all 3 terms. And that's why I call it me-b. Multiply everything by everything. Minus 1 times x cubed is going to get you minus x cubed. Minus 1 times 6x squared is going to get you negative 6x squared. And negative 1 times negative 7 is going to get you a plus 7. At this point, we want to go ahead and combine like terms in descending order. X to the 6th plus 6x to the 5th. I have no fourth term. We have two x cubed terms. We're going to combine like terms there. It's going to get us negative 8x cubed. And when you're combining, you don't do anything with the exponents. Just combine them up. Minus 6x squared plus 7. And you're done. Let's do one more. We're going to maybe. So we're going to multiply everything by everything. So you take this first term, multiply it to all three. That's going to get us 18x to the 7th, because 2 plus 5 is 7. 9x squared times negative 5x to the 4th is going to be minus 45. That's a big number, but that's okay. X squared times x to the 4th is x to the 6th. 9x squared times x, it's just going to be 9x cubed. And again, then we're going to go ahead and take the second term and multiply it to all three, hence the name maybe. It's going to get you minus 2x to the 6th, because 1 plus 5 gets you 6. Negative times a negative is going to get us a positive 5x to the 5th. And then negative x times x is going to get us negative x squared. Now our job is to combine up like terms. Our highest exponent is the 7th here. There's only one of them, so it's going to be 18x to the 7th. I have two terms to a 6th power, so we're going to go ahead and combine those up. It's going to get us negative 47x to the 6th. I do have a 5th term, a 3rd term, and then a square. And that is how you start multiplying. We will continue in the next unit, but for now, that is our multiplying. Thanks.